It is kind of nice without Will here to fucking rein me in. I can kind of just do whatever I want. I'm blazing saddles right now, dude. I'm kind of just riding bareback, and we're hoping to God it's going to work out. Vrabel knew 30 yards away. This dude's definitely not shaking my hand. Some of you were like, he knows exactly what he's talking about. He plays football. I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. But we got a fucking great guest coming up, and that's going to be Mr. George Kittle.
Nebraska, Iowa, they first came back into the Big Ten. They definitely said that we'd have to win some games before they considered it a rivalry. I hope that 6 in a row makes it a little bit of a rivalry.
Have you heard anything about the season possibly cutting short and going right into the playoffs? Because I've heard a couple rumors about that.
Like in the last 10 days, the COVID cases have just exploded everywhere. Today, we're both mandated days off by the NFL. So,
it's wild to me, all the shit that's going down right now.
This episode of Bussin' with the Boys, is presented by Barstool Sports.
This is my first pod by myself. I'll tell you what, I thought a long time ago when I would see like Theo or Chris D'Elia do their own podcasts, I would sit there and I'd be like, I could fucking do that. That's no problem. That's like, looks like an absolute blast. And now I'm like, I was driving my truck over here and I was like, you know what? I got some butterflies in this thing. I got a couple of little flutters going on. All right. They were caterpillars last week when I said I'd do it. And then slowly but surely over the weekend, they cocooned up. And now here we are on a Tuesday. And we got some fucking flutters in here right now. But I'm excited. I got my emotional support team. Garrett's here. Josh, Alex, Jackie, boy. Don't think I didn't forget about you. You still rocking a mustache or what? Fucking rights, boys. I've had a lot of things go down the last couple weeks. I've had a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. Jerry's been out. He's been a bit out lately. He's been doing his thing because the Indianapolis game, fucking that thing, watching the boys do what they did just overwhelmed me. It was overwhelming. It was just a strong situation. And I'll get into all that because this is usually the point where Will slows me down and says, hey, we got to do the intro on the podcast. So I will now welcome to Bussin' with the Boys. My name is Taylor Lewan. I'm not accompanied by Will Compton today. We'll get in that once this intro is over. Brought to you by Barstool Sports. We're happy to have you, but we're also happy that you guys bought in to the weeks, to Cyber Monday, to whatever the Friday thing is, Black Friday, and just the overwhelming support. It's been crazy. It's been amazing. You guys have been much more than Will and I ever expected this to be. Not even 2 years into this whole entire thing. It's pretty unbelievable. But keep subscribing, keep rating 5 stars, and it's word of mouth, baby. It's like you guys are following us, and that's good. But unless your buddy's looking over your shoulder 24/7. They're not gonna know about Bussin' with the Boys. The tier 3 cats you see on the Explore page, keep throwing those likes, keep subscribing, keep rating 5 stars. We need that, right? Because we're just gonna keep on scaling this fucking ladder. Hold it, like fucking Holland, dude. We're getting up that motherfucker. So we appreciate you, and don't think we're gonna call some of you guys today. It's gonna be amazing. Hopefully, if you pick up, I literally said we're like the cable guy, man, between 3 and 5, and those are really fucking good numbers for a cable guy. After I tell you what, boy got a car accident last night, so I was a little banged up, and that's when I sent that tweet out. So, you know, I looked at it, I was like, man, 3 to 5 is a big stretch, but really it's not. You got the refrigeration guy going out to your house. It's fucking 2 to 6, 2 to 8 type of situation. You're eating dinner, you're putting your kids to sleep, and the guy's ringing the doorbell to come to work on your shit. We're not going to do that to you here. But as always, we're really happy to have you here. On Bussin' with the Boys. Getting back to where I was at before the intro, the pre-intro, before the intro, was Indianapolis Colts, Tennessee Titans. And I know this thing always plays, which is a Tuesday right now. So it's been 2 days since the and this will play on what, Monday?
Yep.
So we'll be in December, baby. That's the last month of the year, which 2020, ups and downs for a lot of people. I like to say more ups than downs, but it's probably a 50-50, like a 51-49 type of situation. But one thing that's been a lot of ups is the Tennessee Titans, man. And it was really cool to see the kind of the progression. And as always, Derek, in November and December, for whatever reason, man, I'm not a running back. I don't know how to run the fucking ball. And Vrabel will probably kill me for even talking about the situation the way I'm about to talk about it, because I know how to play left tackle. And that's the only thing I know how to do is to play left tackle. But when you watch the Tennessee Titans play the Colts 2 weeks ago, And yeah, I got my Twitter out. I'm tweeting because I want, I'm supporting the boys, right? I'm being the number one fan I can possibly be. But when I'm watching this whole thing and, there's the special team stuff, things aren't looking as sharp as you'd like them to, and they end up losing the way they did. And then a week later come out and beat the Ravens. When you saw on the 50-yard line, for the record, we have done that. I'm on the team still. For the last 4 years, we have done that. We have literally gone to the 50-yard line and broke it down on away games. We've done that. We do that to our own home game. And then Harbaugh's puffing his chest out. I get it. I can understand why it's disrespectful. And it is a little disrespectful. It is. I kind of like it. I think it's a sassy little fucking thing to do. And yeah, I think 4 years ago, we've been fucking 9-7 for God knows how long. We've been 9-7 for fucking ever. That's like our stamped. Well, that's the Tennessee Titans are going to be this year 9-7. They're going to be one above 500, and they're going to be okay at best. And to have that kind of attitude, I like that. I like a little piss and vinegar on the team, and you can see it. You can see it with the team, and it's awesome. Malcolm Butler, dude. Malcolm Butler, AJ. And then Vrabel, let me tell you something about Mike Vrabel, dude. Let me just fucking lay this piece of work down, all right? This man, he might have just pretended like, it's nothing. He was 6 to midnight, dude. When he saw another coach walk up to his players, Vrabel fucking took a deep breath. He went, it's fucking time. And he walked his ass out there. And the most alpha male thing Vrabel could do. Vrabel hardly even looked at. Is it John? Which Harbaugh is it?
That's John.
It's John. God, I keep fucking that up, dude. He doesn't even look. He's looking at the ref. John's here. He's looking at the ref. He's like, just go coach the game. And he kind of like side eyes him. Just go coach the game. And it's disrespectful. Just go coach the game. Just go coach.
Disrespectful. It's disrespectful. Tell him to coach a game. Hey, he did. Just stand there. Disrespectful. Go home. It's disrespectful.
Vrabel, the way Vrabel fucking did that, the way Malcolm Butler got in his face, the way AJ Brown was there smiling with his beautiful white teeth. That guy he told me he doesn't have veneers. It's a fucking lie. I don't believe you for 1 second, AJ. You absolutely have veneers. Oh my God. And then for the guys to go out, put on a dominating run game performance, I think there was a sack. There was 1 or 2 sacks, but the protection for the most part was really good. The defense played well. They played really good. And then a couple things, the negatives, you always have to talk about the negatives and the positives, right? So like the team overall played very well in that game with the Ravens. Then, Tyson Brello, RIP to the boy. You hate to see another guy go down. And we'll get into David Lee in a little bit. That guy, the way he fucking took care of business was unbelievable. Tyson Brello goes down. That's a heartbreaker, man, because he worked his ass off. It's tough to see that. I feel bad not only for him, I feel bad for the rest of the offensive line, because it's tough, dude. When I had an absolute swing door around me my first couple of years with my guards. Quentin Spain came in. He and I were together for 3 years or so, but that first 2 years, it was an absolute like a buffet. Like I was getting a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I looked at the desserts a little bit, but my sweet, I can do it. But overall, I had like 5 or 6 different guards in my first 2 years. It's a fucking lot to get the chemistry down. And I think that's, it's a lot. It's a lot to work on. And to watch Ty go down was tough. I'm not sure what his injury was. I'm not going to make the mistake of fucking bringing that up again, because I actually got a text from Vrabel when I brought up Corey Davis's turf toe, which I'll probably get. There it is again. He just did it one more time. Fuck. I'll probably get a text about that. But I brought up Corey Davis's turf toe 3rd time. And Vrabel fucking, what do you do? Mike Vrabel text message, and he's like, well, I can't wait to show this. That's a positive for COVID. Because of COVID, we didn't have OTAs, couldn't show that at a team meeting, saved myself fucking some red cheeks, Also, Jayon Brown goes down. You see what happened at Jayon, man, the poor bastard. Jayon is one of the most lovable, likable people you'll ever see. Be around ever. The guy is he's a smiley, happy, like kind of just a little everywhere guy. He's unbelievable. And to see him go down in that kind of pain, Taylor, my wife, absolutely loves Jayon. And I know some of you are thinking it's not like that. She just likes him. All right. They're friends. They've talked. They have a good rapport. You know what? Anything else that happened? I don't know. I trust the both of them, the boy and my girl. So it was tough to see those guys go down. But then, so you beat Baltimore. After you beat Baltimore with that performance, AJ Brown fucking hulking cats on his fucking little, like what? It's like 3rd and 7, catches a slant, would have got stopped short, beast mode, punch in the face, and then takes a linebacker. Yes, I know, Queen, if we ever play together or if you ever hear this, yes, you were up high. That's how the situation goes. You weren't low. You were trying to get over there, save it. But you know what? AJ kept those fucking legs absolutely turning.
Goes to Brown. Brown trying to wiggle free. Still fighting for it. Brown takes it all the way.
It was impressive. Corey Davis, as always, one of the most underrated guys of the season. I think we can all agree on this. Corey Davis. Guy's not talked about enough. His 5th-year option wasn't picked up. You know he was frustrated about that. The passing of his brother the last 2 weeks. And the dude puts out on the last 3 games, 2 100-yard games. Did he have 100 yards this past game? I don't think he did. I think he had a little less. Because he had a nice catch against the Colts, but I digress. Was that?
Nothing, I'm looking it up.
Oh, you're looking it up. Okay. Yeah, Corey Davis, very underrated. And Queen, you know what? Hey, you got stood up, my guy, and you fucking backpedaled in that goddamn end zone. That's what happens. I've been depleted before. I've been got before. That was a situation where you, Marlon Humphreys, Patrick Peters, what's his name? Peters? Marcus Peters. And I know he's a shit talker, so he's probably going to see this and get mad at me. Listen, my dude, it happens, right? I give up sacks, TFLs, shit doesn't look good sometimes. You guys didn't look good right there. For that kind of winning performance by the Titans, and then for Vrabel, right? So he's already big-timed Harbaugh once. Vrabel's already big-timed him with the side eye. He handled the situation great, I think. I really think he did. I think it was hilarious. I'm all about a little running that edge a little bit about, is he being disrespectful? Is he not? I think Vrabel handled that first part right. Then the fucking stake in the heart. He walks up and goes to shake his hand. Vrabel knows. Vrabel knew 30 yards away when he was jogging to John. This dude's definitely not shaking my hand. I'm there, and after this, I know for a fact I'll never play for the Ravens. I am looking. Hey, listen, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You're a great football team. Vrabel is walking over, and I feel like Vrabel is walking towards him with his hand extended as far as he possibly can, shoulders coming out of the socket, like he knows he's going to come in. He doesn't, but that's how I felt Vrabel was doing it. He walks over and extends his arm as far as he fucking can in my mind. And John goes, I'm good, thanks, or whatever. Rewind it. I want to try to make out exactly what he said. He's wearing a mask because he's following COVID protocols. Fuck. That's it. That's a negative COVID. That's a negative situation of COVID. Look at that. Vrabel, after he extends the arm, his arm is this long. He sees John doing you can tell it's not a yes, it's not a no. He's not really shaking his head. So you see him bring it in. You see him bring his arm in like this, like he's going to grab his 6-shooter, like he's in a Wild Western fucking movie, right? And he's about to, but instead of doing that, he leans in like, oh, he leans in like this, dude. This close, me and the mic. Harbaugh, Vrabel, this is not 6 feet. Probably could get fined for that, right? COVID, huh? Leans in like this. And I don't even know what the words were. It was probably like, go fuck yourself. Okay. And out of there. That was probably it. It was lean in, go fuck yourself. All right. W. And Vrabel left, dude. Now, if we lost that game, that shit, Harbaugh would have fucking came out the hand and probably gave him the Donald Trump poll. Like, hey, fucking come here. Don't ever disrespect me again. That's probably what he fucking would have done, right? It worked out in Vrabel's favor. I play for the Titans, so I love it. If I'm a Ravens fan, I fucking hate the Titans. And I don't know a lot about the Ravens history, the Titans history. I know Eddie George gets on his rampages about that once in a while. I didn't really watch football growing up. And I know there's a lot of history there. And now the rivalry is back, right? I don't know how you do that when they're in the AFC North and we're in the AFC South. It's literally 2 different degrees, like that, like a compass. We're literally in the opposite spectrums. Boom, we're like that. But it's back. It's fucking back right now. And the arm to the pistol to the W, Vrabel out of there. Dude, it could not have worked better. It could not. Vrabel went home and probably put the same fucking video on YouTube and just did horrible things to himself. I'm just saying, dude, I fucking love Mike Vrabel, dude. And I love the shit he does. And I'm going to get in trouble for this. I feel like But dude,
Yo, the about face though.
What's that?
How quick he does the about face as soon as he realizes, oh, we're not shaking hands.
Oh yeah.
And then the prideful next two steps are the greatest moments
his
ever.
chest, dude, like he literally went to the chiropractor. Hey, Harbaugh, thanks for the chiropractic work. I'm out of here, dude. As a player watching the game, as an individual, let's say I'm not with the Titans. Here, fucking, I don't know what this is, but this is me getting out of the Titans. I'm out of the Titans. Now fucking I'm watching this. That's just good shit, right? And there's going to be like 5 years from now, I don't know. Hopefully I'd never lose to the Ravens again. But 10 years from now, or in the distant future, far away, and it's 2036. COVID is still rampaging. Joe Biden's the president. And fucking the Ravens win. And then fucking Harbaugh does it to that shit's funny too. And now it's double funny, right? Now we're double funny back and forth. That shit I love, dude. I love the aggression. I love the back and forth. I hate that we lost Jayon. I hate that we lost Ty. But you know what? It was a good team win. And it was beautiful. And I think John Robinson has done a great job with this team. And you know what? Some of you are like, he knows exactly what he's talking about. He plays football. I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. I need you to know that. So when you're getting my little, like my cerebellum, my brain shots into your ear, they probably don't mean anything, right? It's probably a fugazi. You know what I'm saying? It's a fairy dust type of deal. Whatever. And this is one man's humble opinion. And you know what? I have a bus. I have a bus with 3 tiers of people and they're fucking following, baby. You know what? I love it because you guys crushed it. See, we're full circle. It's kind of nice, as a small pause. We should probably pause for an ad right here. It's kind of nice. I miss the shit out of Will, and I'll get into Will, and then we'll go. Now we've literally Tarantino'd this thing again, where we've done the before, and then the intro, and then the Colts. But wait, how about the Ravens? And then we'll get back into the Colts because there is shit about this team that, as an individual who's been here since 2014, the growth, the love, I am obsessed with it. But it is kind of nice without Will here to fucking rein me in. I can kind of just do whatever I want, right? I'm blazing saddles right now, dude. I'm kind of just riding bareback, and we're hoping to God it's going to work out. Who knows? But Compton, yep. And also, it's been a little bit of a theme. I don't know if you've seen COVID. It's been in my shit. This whole fucking thing's been in my my podcast shit, is the COVID situation. And part of the COVID situation is NFL's, dude, it's tightening shit down. Your boy's on IR. Another silver lining of COVID, right? We're keeping score. I think that's 2-1. Another silver lining of COVID. I'm on IR. All right. Now, does this bode well for my career? We'll see. But one thing it bodes well for is I can do the podcast. But me and Will cannot be in the same room according to the new COVID rules. And it's crazy. And I got to read the fine print because they sent a document. There wasn't any pictures, so your boy didn't read much. But my agent called me and he told me a lot about it. Basically, with the new rules that's happening is they're doing their best. I know there's a call tonight with the NFLPA, which they'll probably fuck up. And I don't feel bad saying that because our PA sucks. But they'll probably fuck it up because they're talking about, I don't know if the season's getting shut down early. I don't know if that's happening, if they're going to go to playoffs. There's some shit going down. I'm not a part of that call because I'm not a representative or whatever, but Will is like a third alternate. He is, he's going to be on that call. So I'll know more about that tonight and you'll know more about that 2 weeks from now. And, but in this new COVID protocols, one of the things is that you can't be seen outside anymore. Like it says a bunch of shit, but you can't really be seen outside anymore. You can't, like me and Will can't hang out. For Thanksgiving, they're saying, hey, don't have anyone come to your house. Don't even have family members come into town. And I know, I get it. I know there's the fucking, you Slytherins out there, dude, just fucking snaking around thinking to yourself, well, you guys are paid millions of dollars and you guys shouldn't complain. Stop it right there. Let me just fucking stop you right there because we're going to complain. All right. We're just going to do it. All right. I don't give a shit if I make $60,000 or $6 million. The Titans do an amazing job. And this is a good job by Vrabel because Vrabel, yeah, we have a PR team. They fucking tell us how to do shit. Vrabel sits in front of these team meetings and he says, this is how we're going to handle this shit as a team. You don't hear the Titans really bitching about shit, right? They are. Let me just tell you right now, they're in the locker room complaining. I promise. But they're doing it, keeping it in-house, which is a really good job. Now, other teams scurrying around, not going to say names, Steelers, are upset about shit, right? Because now the Steelers have had a bad fucking break all year, so I understand why dudes are mad. And I follow Eric Ebron, who has been an absolute fucking bouncing ball in the league of talent, who was drafted one pick before me. Fuck you, Eric. In a nice way. I actually respect the shit out of you. So Will is not able to come to the podcast with the boy, and I miss the fuck out of him, honestly. And I just miss him, right? I just want to put my big hands around him, grab him, maybe give him a couple birthday spankings, all right? No pause. Beautiful teeth. And I think about, man, the rapport we have, right? The back and forth. Hey, oh, jump up and shout. That's fucking it, right? If you think about the fucking opening scene of Wedding Crashers and Vince Vaughn's doing this, and we lost a lot of good guys out there playing for the Yankees. Yeah, the trades and unruly fans. I don't want to talk about it. That kind of shit. That's the back and forth that I love with Will. I miss him. I love him. And I wish he was here. But fuck, man, I'm proud of the boy. I'm really fucking proud of him because I think Will's been trying not to play in the NFL for the last 3 years. And let me tell you why. Will goes to the Redskins, undrafted cat, right? Dude, he's a real fucking... who's the cat for the linebacker we talked about forever for the Steelers?
Oh, Spillane.
Robert Spillane. God. And hey, I fucking blow the guy for 10 minutes in a podcast. I can't remember his name the next week. CTE. He was a real Robert Spillane getting in there, dude. Just fucking I love football. Loved football, dude. And he was all about fucking the Redskins, right? Oops. Don't mean to take deleted content, but that was an oops. He was all about the Washington football team. Fucking lived for it, died for it, breathed for it. Met his damn fiance there, all right? Which her and I have actually established a better relationship in the last couple of days. We'll get to that maybe if there's time. Because I'm starting to realize that this fucking motor mouth over here is getting a little much. Jesus, we're 22 minutes in. I got worried on this pod. Am I going to make it even 15 minutes? Well, looks like we've answered the question. Will plays for the Washington football team. Loves it, lives it, breathes it. Is a special teams captain. Like, that's a huge accomplishment. Especially the kind of guy Will is. It really shows a lot about him and who he is as a person. It just says a lot. Comes to the Titans on a minimum deal. Plays, doesn't play, whatever. He and I became really good friends with that. Him, and Mike Campanaro. Mike kind of fizzled. And me and Will kind of skyrocketed. And he's like, I think I'm done. I don't know if I want to play again. I just want to go out on my terms. So the next year rolls around. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. What's going on? And ends up playing for the Raiders, as you all know. This year, like, not even a fucking chance in my mind. We literally talked on the phone 2 weeks before he got signed to the Titans. And I was like, dude, it'd be so sick if you played for the Titans. There's zero fucking chance of that happening. Well, when you know it, 2020. Silver linings, right? Somehow COVID made this happening. That's 3-1. Will is now on the Titans, and it's unbelievable. And so Will plays week, I say week 5. I guess it was week 7, but it was game 5 for us. You boy, we already know the thing. I tore my ACL. And it's like, whatever, fucking, it's going to work out. And Will's on the fucking active roster. He's making good money this year. His ship is sailing in the damn wind, dude. He's just living the dream, fucking sailing on a boat, calm waters, dude, but a nice breeze. The boy, I think, Jackie, do you remember when he got cut? Because were we in Florida when he got cut, or was it like right before? We were in Florida? Is it the day after my surgery? Jack? That's great fucking work, dude. You look like the burglar from Home Alone. So and that's a compliment, I think. I don't know if you're the tall one or the thicker one. You're probably the taller one without the hair. Nope, you got to be the thicker one. He wears the beanie. Will gets cut, goes to the practice squad. Now, egos are hurt. However, there's a deal here, right? There's a good deal because Will's still going to make all that money from this year. But then there's the practice squad money that, we'll call it change compared to what it was. And I know I just talked to you haters out there about the whole complaining thing. Don't complain, millions. It's changed compared to the other situation. Now, all right, silver linings everywhere. Poor Jayon. I hate it for him. I love him to death. But what happens? Will gets called back up to the active roster. Now, I don't know how the situation works because I haven't been in it, and I really hope I'm never not, knock on wood. I don't know what the situation is about how you, on a weekly basis, up, down, through and around, how you get back on the active roster, how many weeks it takes for you to have a whole new contract. But this is called, you go to Dairy Queen, you dip the cones. This is not one, but this is a double dip for Will. That's a big deal for him from a financial standpoint. And I'm really, really happy for him because, and it's not the Titans' fault, right? Like situations that they couldn't see in the future happen to them, right? We're reaching for shit that we don't fucking see, right? And now he made his money. He went practice squad, change. And now he's getting reactivated, making half of the money that half of that other contract. So the boy is almost doubling his money for the year. And I am like super happy for him. I don't know what is going on with his life the next year. He always says last 3 years, I'm done. The boy's going to play 15 years probably. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have a fucking cane. Oh, I could do one more. You know, one of those situations, he'll look into the distance. Well, it was 1970, one of those deals, and he'll fucking play. Because the guy's a legend, and I love him to death. But, you know, pros and cons, right? Now boy can't sit in it because COVID. And so that's 3-2. And I hate it. I hate that he's not here, but it is a huge positive that I'm not just going to get interrupted sometimes, you know, or be told to be put back on track because I got the reins. I'm running the show. And that's where we go back to the Indianapolis Colts. But before we go back to the Indianapolis Colts, let's listen to one of our sponsors because you guys listen enough for us to get those. Ching, ching. Wow, that was a lovely sponsor. So listen, we got over the Ravens thing. I hope if you're a Ravens fan, you haven't hung up just yet. Okay. And I know, dude. Let me just let you know. I know we're following the bouncing ball as it goes. You're welcome to my brain, right? Because I'm just this is what's up here, and it did instead of getting translated, organized, and then this is the organized. It just goes like this way. It goes a different, and it comes out that way. So we're not very organized right now, but we're getting it done. Joshy boy, I'm gonna give you the jazz snaps, dude, because the videos that you're putting together right now, you're not snipping Titans fans' giggle box, but you're also snipping other people's giggle boxes. All right. I don't know if I want to stay on the fucking hill of giggle box, but you've done a great job of putting the faces and the mouths moving and the star. And I know Will had a goddamn boner of the Star Wars thing. Did he tell you to do that?
No.
Yes, I love that. It was 100% your idea.
But no.
Okay.
The scene was Garrett's idea. So shout
Garrett! Jazz snaps. Nope, we're doing jazz snaps today. We're switching up because I have the reins. That's nice. I kind of like that, dude. We might have to live on that. Well, only when Will's not here. If Will tries to do it, fuck him, dude. We're not doing it, right? We all have inside jokes now, and you guys are in on it. Fucking Joshy made a great video, dude, of, I don't watch Star Wars. I don't know which one it was. It looks like one of the newer ones, not from like the 80s with fucking Yoda with a little puppet mask. But it is a newer-ish one, right?
Yes.
Is it an older one?
Well, it's
from like 2007.
Yeah.
2000,
yeah, early 2000s.
I know, dude, but like Star Wars came out when I wasn't born, right? And then I earthed, and then later in life they made more, and that's the situation we're at, right? Now we're doing the Mandalorian or whatever that is. But no free shout-outs, Mandalorian, because I don't know how you would sponsor us, but I don't see a baby Yoda next to me. So fuck around. You've done a great job, Josh. I love them. Every week I'm like excited because Sunday, oh dude, talk about living on a prayer, right? Some people bet on games. Josh sends me videos of what we're going to post if we win, and I'm like, dude, I'm like Journey, baby. I'm living on a prayer, dude. I'm hoping to God we would obviously win the game because we want the boys to win the game. But fuck, man, I am like just dying to post that thing because it's hilarious the shit you do, man. You do great work, and I'm happy to have you on the bus. It's phenomenal shit.
I appreciate it, man.
No worries. So the boys go play the Indianapolis Colts. If you've seen that video, you know we won. If you pay attention to football, you know we won. Now, this is where my moods have been a touch up and down, through and around, right? Like a roller coaster. 2014, I was drafted to the Tennessee Titans. You would not even fucking, like, as a Titans fan, you think to yourself, there's no chance that they're going to win in Indianapolis, right? Like, hey, hopefully we split with the Colts this year because they went from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck. Peyton Manning, blip on the radar, Andrew Luck, right? As a Titans fan, you're like, hopefully we can win it, split with them, and then bada bing, bada boom, you know what I'm saying? Because they were so impressive. The Colts coming in having the performance they did, to the untrained eye, you would think they would probably do the same thing at home. Now, I wish to God Bloss was here because he's going to catch a little shade from the boy in a second, but I'm very proud of the way the Titans did it, and this is why I brought up 2014. In 2014, we went 2-14, all right? In 2015, we went 3-13. If there was a touch of adversity, a sprinkle, right? You're making a pie, You do the fucking, what's that Mexican cat's dude name, the chef dude? And he sprinkles it on his forearm. Salt Bay. You fucking Salt Bay something on there, whatever. It's fucking over, right? Like there's no chance that that team, the attitude of that team, and there were good players on that team who didn't have that attitude, but as a culture, it wasn't there. And that's something Amy's really done a really good job of, John and Vrabel, because it really didn't come till they were here. You know, and it's no offense to the other coaches that were there. I have a lot of respect for Wiz. He was there for a year and a half. Malarkey, you know, whatever. But then Vrabel fucking comes in and does an amazing job of changing just Vrabel's attitude, right? When Vrabel talks to the boys, it's always like his eyes are a little, and he's doing this, and his shoulders are shrugged, and it's just listen, like it's fucking football, right? That's literally usually how he starts the sentence, and then he goes into a thing. So to watch and be a part of the teams in 2014, and then the jerseys and the uniforms have changed, but it's still the same team. To see them go and do that, and nothing's perfect, right? Things happen. Things were missed during the week. For them to go and do that was like, as not only a fan, but as a player of the team, you know, you're like, fuck, that is the coolest shit ever. Like how, like, that's awesome. And I don't know, like every year is different, but this year, 2020, all the adversity. And that's where we go back to teams talking about, we didn't get a bye week and it's week 4 and we're not playing. Like, it's true. Like, and for the Steelers, I feel terrible because the one fucking bye week they did have, right? Or the small little break, that Thursday night game, now it's getting fluffered everywhere, dude. The Ravens have no teams. Now people are calling for the Ravens heads. They should forfeit. When week 5 we were doing that shit. It's fucking all over the place, my dude. It's a crazy gig, but to watch the Tennessee Titans, not a lot of complaining, not a lot of anything, just the amount of adversity that they went through, and you guys might get mad because you guys broke the rules. I didn't see any fines. I didn't see anything take place on the Tennessee Titans that were of a great magnitude that people thought was going to happen. People thought we were going to lose draft picks. People thought, no joke, I'm not kidding. Someone in the NFL who's very close to the NFL, who I'm not going to say his name, told me he firmly believes that Vrabel and John are suspended for a year. And now all the film's been looked at, and it just shows, with this COVID thing, it's a fucking weird deal. Some guys get it a bunch. Some dudes don't. People get really sick. People don't even show shit. And regardless, when you're in the football season, like I said about the blinders before, you got these little bitches on. And if something, the wind blows a little hard, one of those fucking little blinders moves, it's hard to stay on track. And you go into that Bills game, or you go into, the Colts game and stuff like that, with all this adversity going on around you, in your team, all this stuff. And to play the way they did, man, it's just cool. It's just cool and awesome to be a part of. And it's really cool and awesome to be a part of Nashville, Tennessee, because watching the love you guys have had, right? You go from 2014, 15, 16, 17, talking about, remember when Eddie George was here, remember when Keith Bullock was here, McNair, and those guys are amazing football players. And it's awesome. And I had the same thing at Michigan, right? It was always, what about, fucking, who's the guy? The team. Oh my God. I'm going to get absolutely murdered for this. What is his name? I'll tell you what, man, we're showing a little couple signs of just type in the team. What's his name? Do you know what it is?
A Michigan guy?
Yeah, he's a Michigan coach. Bo Schembechler. If you're listening, I didn't need the Google, and I hope Josh or whoever did it caught it up a little bit so I didn't look so stupid. Like, the Michigan talks about the coaches, back then, right? Like 2004 is the last time they won a Big Ten championship. It's always about back then. And now to see the span from 2014 to now 2020, now people are talking about the present Titans. Fans are excited. And there's nothing cooler than an excited fan base, dude. I was at those games. You saw me chugging the beers at the Catfish at the Predators games. That shit is cool. Like, being a part of like a fan base that's into and supporting a team the way Nashville does, when the teams deserve it. Now, I know there's fair weather fans everywhere. And I know things are up and down, and people can be fans but kind of take a step back. I'm totally fine with that because I understand it's hard to root for shit when shit's not going right. But fucking seeing Nashville kind of get back on that damn bandwagon, dude, just like you guys have done with the bus, it's unbelievable. I absolutely love it. Obviously, things go better for the bus when the boys are doing well, but it's fucking awesome. So fast forward to this Colts game, and the boys come in, and I'm nervous. I'll be honest with you. I'm nervous. I don't know, right? Because things have been a little bit. I'm watching as a fan now. I don't know the play calls anymore. I don't know whose fault is this or what's going on there. Obviously, you see the punt getting blocked. You can see on the replay who did what in that in the first Colts game. But you watch this Colts game, and Derrick Henry from the start, dude, is just taking off. 17 rushes, 144 yards, 3 touchdowns. Dude, that's fucking cool. Now, there was one that was like it was a pass, but it counts as a run because it was technically a lateral. Sure, I'll fucking take it, dude. I love Derrick. He is one of my favorite teammates of all time. Not like, NFL, all time. High school, all of them. Like, he's one of my favorites because the way he plays so hard, and the way he comes alive, dude, the way he just fucking takes it and keeps rolling and keeps going. I think it's unbelievable. AJ is another one, dude, that I just love being around him, right? He's got an infectious personality, and for him to have the success he did. But one of the coolest things that you can see the Titans do that listen, I don't watch a lot of football outside of my team and who we're playing against on film. If you watch the Tennessee Titans and you watch our wide receivers, they fucking block, dude. And yeah, sometimes they miss blocks. Sometimes they fuck up. So I fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes shit just goes down, right? But if it was right after the 2-minute warning in the first, it had to be in the first half. It was like 1 minute, 56 seconds. You fucking make me an idiot if I am or not. But you watch that, and Tannehill does something. I think he checks it. He says something, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say what he says because I know what he says. He says it. Now you see Corey Davis come down in next to the tight ends. So it's probably not a pass, some dude fire fucking crackers inside, and Corey blocks the shit out of him. I think that in a nutshell just says what this fucking team's about, dude. And it's just cool. It's cool that I get to say I'm a part of that team. It's cool that you get to say that you're a fan of this team. That's the kind of shit that's so epic. You know what I'm saying? When you watch a play, you can see Derrick Henry make great runs, but you're not watching the offensive line. And listen, here's a quick spoiler. Did not like Keith Carter when he became. We're still on the rocks sometimes, right? We fucking, your boy can be a little up and down sometimes. And I'll say Keith can too. But the way he's fucking got the offensive line playing right now is awesome. You watch, there are several plays where you can see Nate Davis and Roger Saffield run to the linebackers and Roger consistently takes dudes out of the screen, but just take dudes. Take him for a ride. Buckle up. Hey, keep all arms and legs inside the frame at all times during the ride type of shit. You know what I'm saying? There's an absolute warning sign when you got fucking Roger Saffold coming at you. And it's terrifying. My boy Will knows. If he was here, he'd talk about that first play in the Raiders game. My fuck. But those dudes, man, the way they played. Now, all this goes down. The defense plays great. 39. What Brockers? Borders. Now, I don't even think we were on the team together. And if I was, hey, listen, it was a dizzy year. Borders, boom, right? He catches one right between the 3 and the 9. Or he drops one right between the 3 and 9. Absolute shit. Then he fucking goes over and snips one out of the air. Could have had 2.
It does. You get acclimated quickly in that way.
That sounds like a show. Rivers, the rainbow.
Dude, the short memory on that cat to be able to do those things, right? Will tell you, he and I talked about it after the game. He had a shit first series. I don't know shit about I don't know shit about defense. I do not know anything. All right. You can go watch my highlights as a junior in high school on YouTube. They're literally awful. It's a tall kid standing straight up, finding the ball and running after it. That's my highlights. Will literally hit a bad series. He bites, dude gets a big gain, blah, blah, blah. And then he's in and out, blah, blah, all this difference. It had a great second half, but the short memory, the dude had a short memory. Harold Landry, right? You bring in Jadeveon Clowney, you bring in Vic Beasley, you bring in all these dudes. Harold was there from the get-go. Now, Harold's the only dude right now because injuries or whatever. I don't know what's going on in there because I'm not in the building. Harold plays with effort every single day. He plays just as hard in camp when I was playing against him than he does in the games. That's the shit that's just awesome. That's the shit that, as fans, yes, you can look at other things and be like, oh, that was a bad pick here, right? Paul Kaharski, that was a bad pick, and this was a bad pick, but what about how bad this pick was? Look at all the things John has done since he's been here. Picking dudes, getting third rounders. Nate Davis couldn't tie his shoes and chew gum last year at the same time playing football. It was tough to watch at times. Now, the dude has taken a step I'm telling you, I don't know what he's going to be. I don't know what his future holds for him. I'm just happy for the guy that he's doing well. And you see the transition. That's coaching. That's fucking good job on coaching. That's good job on players buying into a culture that we have. All right. And it's exciting to be a part of, even as a fan, because I'm here with you now. But the biggest story of the Indianapolis Colts was David Lee Quessenberry. Now, back up to, I think it was 2014 or 2013. I'm going to butcher this a little bit because I don't write notes down, okay? Your boy fucking made it through college with a 2.0. It was a bit of a deal. Let me just pause real quick because we have an ad to read. What a great ad. David Lee is a walk-on. I think I saw it in his brother's Instagram post on Sunday. It was a walk-on to San Jose State. The guy gets a scholarship, obviously, plays, and it's drafted in the late round to the Houston Texans. Now, in OTAs, if you've heard the podcast of David Lee with his dog and me and Will sitting here, it's a great one because you want to talk about fucking adversity. People want to complain about their 9-to-5 jobs and not making enough fuck around with that, dude. David Lee's gone through that shit now. I'll take the Quessenberry family over anybody at this point. David Lee starts feeling some pain, it's just not feeling right. Right? So he goes to one of the trainers, and the trainer's like, hey, why don't you go to the hospital, go check some stuff out. Trainer knew, he said, after the whole thing, if you've watched the podcast, I'm not going to refer to that anymore. If you haven't listened by now, fuck you. David Lee, goes to the hospital, ends up having a very aggressive form of cancer. The dude, listen, there's a phrase called scratch all day, match all weight. I learned this year. That dude is the definition of that phrase. He beats the shit out of the super aggressive cancer. Talking about cats die with this shit. I know everyone does. There's all forms of cancer people die from. But this dude's got aggressive shit. It's not like I have a blemish here that could be, let's scope that out. He's got to go through chemo. He's got to go do shit and not only that, once you beat cancer, it's not like, oh, we're out of the woods now. It's like a 3 to 5 year deal of, it could come back at any time. So anytime, like when you and I hit the winter months and we got a sniffle, like you hear your boy up here, I'm a little stuffed up top, or I got a little fucking little thing back here. I'm in my head like, fuck, I guess I'm getting a little sick. David Lee, for those 3 to 5 years, is like, am I getting cancer again, dude? Like, that's some crazy fucking shit, am I right? The dude is just, it's insanity to me. So this guy beats the shit out of that, right? Goes to Houston Texans. I don't know anything about the Texans owner who passed away. But I know they had cancer at the same time, and David Lee says so many good things about him, and it's really cool to hear about an owner and a player, have that type of connection. It's unfortunate what the connection was, but it's a beautiful thing, right? And that's something that people need to pay more attention to, especially in years like this. He beats it, goes back to Houston. The guy doesn't start a game, right? But he fucking got cancer in the NFL, said, I got to dip for a second, fellas. Cruises out, gets down to 245, literally said, and I'm not going to refer to it because if you didn't hear it the first 2 times, fuck you, but you can go back. Says, I saw myself in the mirror and I didn't even know I couldn't even recognize myself. So now this dude's 245, works his ass back, right? Now, if you don't know David Lee's past, I do, I'll fill you in. His family's military, dude. His dad was a Navy pilot, I believe. His brother went to Navy, served for 4 years, and is now on the practice squad for the Patriots. The family needs to write a fucking book, dude. It's cool as shit. And then Scotty, I'm part of the family too. We make fun of his ass all the time because he's like the blue chip kid, right? Nothing really, he's got scholarship, and they get drafted, plays. Love Scotty to death though. Kid's an absolute beautician. Follows the pod too. Good for him. David Lee goes from the Houston Texans to the Tennessee Titans. Let me tell you about how shit works in the league. All right. If you're undrafted or you're a low free agent signing, it's not like, and every league is going to be like this. Everybody's going to be like, everyone's got a fair chance. Don't care. That's not how it works. If you're fucking I was a first round pick, right? Dude, I got the silver spoon straight up my asshole, right? First round pick. People are just absolutely taking me down and I'm getting loved, right? But then you get to camp and shit gets a little fucking haywire. Now you're everybody's bitch, but you're going to have your chance to start. It's your job to lose. I didn't do it for my first 5 games. I didn't have the scratch. I couldn't get shit done. Obviously, things worked out a little bit better towards the end, but I have that silver spoon. When David Lee comes over, it's a great story, kid. It's a great story, but that's it, Now it really matters everything else. You don't necessarily get a fair shot like everybody else. That's how the shit works. You have to do more if you're not a high draft round pick or a high free agency sign. You just got to. If you want to play, you got to do more. David Lee did that. All right. Now, I worked out with David Lee from the beginning of March in California through the entire offseason. So this is March, July. I think he took some of my mojo because the knee's gone. David Lee is one of the hardest working individuals I've ever met. His whole family is unbelievable. The whole fucking crew, Quessenberry family, is spectacular. This dude told me, he's like, I'm going to play. He's like, this is going to happen. Something's going to happen, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what's I don't know what, but something's going to happen. I'm going to play about halfway through the year. And I said, I can't wait to play with you, dude. Like, I'm fucking stoked. Who knows what he was doing when I wasn't around? Probably had a cauldron, fucking taking some of my pubic hair and popping it in the fucking thing and then making a voodoo doll out of me and then stabbing my knee. Don't know. Don't think David's like that. But the guy's worked his ass off. Now, doesn't make the team. Practice squad. Spoiler alert, he's not happy. And for good reason, right? The dude worked his ass off, had a great camp, I thought. I thought he played really well. And when you're a backup in the league, it ain't like there's 15 offensive linemen, dude. You got like 10 cats. So you got to be able to play all sorts of ways. Fucking David Lee, practice squad, I end up getting hurt. And I'll tell you what, this shit sucks. I have not liked this at all. I've absolutely hated this situation with my name. I cannot be happier for a guy like David Lee to get an opportunity the way he has, because no one deserves it more. And for him to come in, the entire time Will was on the field on defense, I would just watch Will. I don't know what he's doing. I never played linebacker, but I know what the fuck left tackle is doing. Everything I saw from David, like, you don't turn on that TV and say, oh yeah, it looks like there's 4 starters on the field and a guy filling in. You turn on that TV and watch them and you're like, holy shit, dude. That's 5 fucking legit starters in the league. That's the kind of shit David Lee did on Sunday versus the Colts. Now we're playing the Browns. You're going to see this on Monday, and you're gonna be like, well, you're behind. Listen, this is the fucking the way this shit works. Okay. So just calm down. That man, I'm so happy for him. I'm so proud of him. And I hope he keeps it up. Right. It's a big test this week. Olivia Vernon and Myles Garrett, they're studs on the outside. They're studs. And I think and I know he's going to do well, because that's what the dude does, man. He doesn't give a fuck who you are. He's going to attack you the way he attacked cancer, the way he fucking beat cancer, the way he beat the Colts. But it's Justin Houston, dude. That dude's a fucking stud. Like, you look at him and you're like, oh, that's weird. Did the statue start moving? Like, he looks like a goddamn Greek god. And fucking handled himself, dude. Now, he wasn't always on him. Buckner wasn't there. I fucking put the fine print in there for you, Bloss. Buckner wasn't there. Fucking Autry wasn't there. Yes, they were missing dudes. 2018, I got knocked out in the first game. Jack Conklin still wasn't back from his knee. And Dennis Kelly had a thing that week. So we were on our 4th and 5th tackles playing in that game. And we beat the Houston Texans. So adversity is fucking all around us, boys and girls. And it's just fucking how you handle it. And I'm proud to be a part of the Tennessee Titans and how they've handled this shit. Now, let me tell you where I'm coming from now. The last 3 days, like I said, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, and now today, have been the most miserable 3 days since I've torn this ACL. All right, Jerry's been out quite a bit. All right, he's sad. And why is he sad? Because his knee hurts. And I sit there, I think to myself, man, I could do that. I could do this. But then I stand up and I can't, right? Why? Because my knee. And that's the thing, is I fucking sit there and I just daydream about fucking this block, that block, cutting that guy off, hands inside, perfect punch, those types of things. And I can't. And it's mind-blowing to me, because I used to watch guys get ACLs and you're like, fuck, man, that sucks for him. See him next year, right? And then it's fucking, you're in the blinders. You're in the blinders of the season. So that guy, now that he's gone out of your blinder, you don't see him anymore. I'm the guy out of the blinder now. And it's made me appreciate football so much more. And it makes me so excited, regardless of what happens the rest of the year, right? Makes me so fucking excited to come back and play in 2021, because fuck, man, this team's awesome. The guys are great. The dudes are awesome. We're 8-3. And you know what? 9-3 is not fucking, you could do it. The Cleveland Browns are good, but damn, we could fucking do that too. And we can just keep on stacking them chips. I don't know how long the season's gonna take, but dude, this last 3 days, I've missed football more than I ever have. And it's been really hard. It's been really difficult. I've been in my feelings a little bit, not quite crying yet, but we're fucking right around that corner, right? We're at the bus stop waiting. I don't know what bus is going to pick me up, but we're fucking right around there. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We may or may not come back to this. I'm not sure, but we got a fucking great guest coming up, and that's going to be Mr. George Kittle. He is a stud, and he's gone through adversity this year too. So guess what? Looks like the pod's making a little bit of fucking sense, right? You didn't fucking see it at first, but now we're making a little sense. The score is 3-2. We're beating COVID. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a fabulous surprise for you. You probably already know because you saw the trailer. It's George Kittle joining us on Bussin with the boys, multiple-time Pro Bowler, arguably one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Travis Kelce and him, you guys are going at it pretty good. But I tell you what, Georgie, I seen your work ethic. I love the way you get after it. I might give it to you. How are things?
Well, I appreciate that introduction. It's much better than anything Will would have done. Much kinder, too. So I appreciate that. I'm doing great. You know, just hanging out here in California. I'm moving to Arizona tomorrow.
Yeah, so, dude, that's a bit of a situation, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit of a situation. But, hey, adversity, man, it builds greatness. So we're just going to attack it one day at a time. We get down to Arizona tomorrow, and we'll be there for the foreseeable future.
Where are you staying in Arizona? Are you in a sweet spot like Scottsdale? Or are you in the slums in Chandler or Mesa or something like that?
We're in Glendale, I believe.
Oh, that's slummy. I don't know everything. If I go south of Scottsdale, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm at anymore. That's awesome though. But I tell you what, if your situation with your foot and everything going on there, you didn't play last week, correct?
No, I did not.
You were talking about. I heard a 3-week talk in the beginning. Which, knowing your work ethic, I know it's a bit of a deal. But within the playoff contention thing, weighing the pros and cons, you got to be smart about your career. Talk to me about your foot. Give me an update on what's going on with you.
My goal's always been 6 weeks, and I think we're at 4 right now. And I will say in the last couple days, the progress has been great. So definitely very optimistic that I will return to play sooner rather than later.
You think with as far as being optimistic on the foot's great because I just need my boy to be healthy and him to be right. But 49ers playoff hopes, are we optimistic on that and how those things are going? Well,
got a very, very important win in the division, swept the Rams, which is, that's hard to do. Yeah. I wasn't a part of it. I got the first one, but the second one was all in the boys. That was a huge win. We got the Bills on Monday night, followed by the Redskins. We're definitely in the hunt, and that's what's exciting. Definitely a lot different than last year, but we have every opportunity to be able to sneak into the playoffs. Yeah, especially if we get some going.
You said that one more time. You said since you got what going?
Just get the momentum going. That was a big win for us, and football's all about confidence and momentum. I believe, and so I think the boys are confident. We get one of our wide receivers back in Ayuk. And Debo just had a great game. So I think the boys they're ready to go again.
I'll tell you what, they get their fearless leader back in a couple of weeks. That'd make a lot of differences. And Arizona's a nice place this time of year, so it's solid.
California's nice too, but we can't stay here. Yeah, but Arizona will be fun. It's going to be a good time. I got family down there. Some former teammates that did you lose me?
I did, but I think I have you back now. That's a situation we're dealing with. We're on the bus. Ups and downs, ebbs and flows. We deal with adversity every single day. That's the theme of the day. And also a theme of the day for our podcast, which you'll definitely listen to because I know you're an avid listener. We're keeping score on COVID. You guys can't be playing in your county. That's a point for COVID. COVID's winning that battle. I think it's like 4-4 now, 3-4, 3-4, 3-3, 3-4. So hey, it's ups and downs everywhere. You said you had teammates in Nebraska and Arizona. Now, I was a part of a very gruesome group chat, and it was hard to be a part of. No one likes shitting on Will Compton more than me, but you absolutely took the poor kid to town on your guys' situation between Nebraska and Iowa. Call me ridiculous. I didn't know there was that big of a rivalry, those two teams. It seems like it really hasn't been because you guys have been dominating.
Nebraska, Iowa?
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah, it is. It's a great rivalry. Especially when Nebraska got back into the Big Ten. That was my freshman year that they got back into the Big Ten after leaving the Big 12. And, we've had some ups or downs. I think I went 3-2 against them in my career. The 2 games I got to really play in, though, we definitely whooped the heck out of them, both in Nebraska. That was really fun. But But yeah, it's a good rivalry, and I think when they first came back into the Big Ten, they definitely said that we'd have to win some games before they considered it a rivalry again. And I hope that 6 in a row makes it a little bit of a rivalry, dude, at least for them, because I don't know if it is for us anymore. I
feel so bad that Will is not here to absolutely protect himself in this type of situation. But Nebraska's on the Michigan train, right? Kind of steering away, looking at relevance. Said, "Nah, I'm good, taking a right turn. I love you to death." Big brothers of the border. That is fucking hilarious, dude. Oh my God. A solid flex, dude. That's unbelievable. Poor Will's not here. If he'll watch this, he'll be upset.
Will, I just thought I would, so Will can't be here today, but definitely his words will be with us today.
No question. We'll make sure and play his video. It's a little long. We might play like 30, 40 seconds of it. The parts he hates the most, we'll put those in it. Wait.
The Iowa Hawkeyes are 6-0 against the Nebraska Cornhuskers in the last 6 years. They're the big brother of the border. They're the more superior program. I wish I would have committed to Kirk Ferentz and the Iowa Hawkeyes back in 2008. And I wish I would have never went to Nebraska because Iowa is the better football team.
I do have a question. What's it like having all those Iowa boys on the Titans?
You know what? Iowa's kind of it's all right. Some guys are good. Some it's how it is. I would say Iowa is a school I never truly respected playing, but never really beat. So there was a weird thing going on for me there for sure.
Did you ever play them?
Yeah, no, we played you guys 3 times and I lost all 3.
That's something.
My redshirt freshman year was Adrian Claiborne, Carl Klug, Jeff Daniels, and then there was another guy, Mike Daniels, excuse me. So that defensive line, you can only imagine they did horrible things to us. It was non-consensual.
Yeah, is Michigan doing anything consensual this year?
I don't know what's happening with them, dude. As far as like Michigan goes it's a bit of a deal, dude. I think if they move on, where are they going to go? Because they've wanted Harbaugh since I was there, and when they didn't get him, he's the Great White Buffalo, and now they have it. And kind of the what you wanted, it wasn't as good as what you got.
Wait, did Michigan Penn State or no?
No, they didn't. Well, these answers. You follow football like that.
I'm bad at keeping up with college football. So I picked Michigan to win, and you owe me $20 then, Taylor.
Penn State had not had 1 win on the year, and then beat them by 10 points. It's just bad. It's just bad out there. I feel bad for those kids.
Yeah, it does suck. It definitely losing just sucks in general. But definitely like when you practice really hard 24/7, you're just taking a lot of reps and you're losing. That's not a lot of fun.
Yeah, college, dude, they'll beat those kids to the ground, no problem. Like the only reason why we're losing because we're not tougher than we should be, and they fucking just put the pads back on, and just keep going, dude. It's so much. It's a pain in the ass for sure.
9-on-7 and some blocks drills, and I think the toughness will make us win the next week.
No question. Give 3 guys concussions. That's how you do it. That's awesome, Jim.
Who do you guys got this week, Taylor?
We are playing the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns 8-3, 8-3. It's going to be a nice little showdown. Both very good run teams. Is
it home or away?
It is home. It's a home. If we win this one, and the Colts lose, it's looking pretty DC pieces. It's looking kind of like a nice little deal. So hopefully things can work out a little bit.
That's a big one. AFC. Whew.
Yeah, you got to get this one for sure. Who are the Colts playing? We don't know.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, that's an important thing we need to look at. Who's winning your division right now? The Seahawks?
Seahawks, yeah, I think they're 8-3. Rams are 7-4. Cardinals are 6-5, and we're 5-6.
That's tough, man. Are you on the NFLPA? Have you heard anything about the season possibly, cutting short and going right into the playoffs? Because I've heard a couple rumors about that.
See, that's about as much as I've gone. I've heard a couple rumors about it. But definitely just like in the last 10 days, like the COVID cases have just exploded everywhere.
Yeah.
We took yesterday and today were both mandated days off by the NFL.
It's wild to me, all the shit that's going down right now, dude. Are you for or against shutting down the season? Well, probably very against from a money standpoint and from you want to play the whole season because you want to have an opportunity to get in the playoffs.
I mean, I would like to be able to play again. And I know that if we cut the season short right now, I don't know if the Niners would be in the playoffs, and that would take me out of playing again. So I would love the season to keep going, but I definitely, health and safeties should be the number one priority. And if guys are continually not being able to stay safe, then I mean, it definitely puts the NFL in a very precarious position.
It does. And that was a hell of an answer too. You crossed all T's and dotted all I's on that one. I love that. I love that about you. You're a man of the people on both sides.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's tough. And, you know, at the end of the day, what I'm thankful for is that I just work here and those aren't the decisions that I have to make.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Those would be tough decisions for sure. Cause I know a lot of guys, there's some people that are like, hey, screw it, let's go into the playoffs. I know, I mean, for me, just watching, I'm like, hey, please God, play the entire year. I would love to make my entire salary this year while doing nothing. That would be unbelievable for me.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yes, but as it sits right now, the Titans would would host their own home game in the playoffs. So it's a win-win. There's some more wins for me in some other situations, but right now it's a win-win for everybody, and I could see it going either way. I'm anxious to hear what that phone call happens after that phone call happens this evening. Are you going to be on that call?
There's a phone call this evening?
Oh, well, now you know that there's a phone call this evening. The NFLPA is, are you a representative? Are you an NFLPA guy? Are you like a part of that? You're not.
That's all.
Okay, I thought you would for sure be in that. The kind of guy you are. You seem like you need to be in it, actually. You need to be a guy that is fucking holding the flag and the torch and sending us in the direction we need to go. You're that type of person for me. I don't know if I trust some of these other hooplas running around here. You know what I'm saying? You're the guy.
I'm going to try to learn as much as I can from Sherm, and I'm going to let him do it because he's super, super smart, and he knows how to be politically correct with all of his answers.
He does a great job of that.
Yeah, he does a really good job with that. And he does a great job of speaking for all the players. Like, he's not a vet thinking only for vets. All of his decisions and everything that he talks about is trying to make the league as best as it possibly can be for everybody that plays. I'm a huge fan of Sherm when he does that stuff. So I'm going to try to learn from Sherm a little bit here. But you know, we have some great reps in there, and I trust the decisions of our guys for sure.
I'm happy you guys have good reps. Hopefully they can make up for ours. Ours is Dennis Kelly. Love the guy to death. Terrifies me sometimes. Plays devil's advocate too much with me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just want you to be on my side, you know, all the time. Just be on my, tell me what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of guy I am. I want to be told what I want to hear. And he doesn't give it to me.
Tell me what I need.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. All right, buddy. Go enjoy your cod. I appreciate you coming on the bus today, bud.
I'm actually cleaning my apartment right now because my wife's been out of town for a couple of days. And so if, you know, like that situation where you're home alone and you leave the house a mess.
Right.
Can't do that.
No, because if she comes home, this shit's gonna fucking be a hellfire. And you're sitting there playing COD, Cheetos on your chest, some Payway or no Panda Express. That's your that stuff right there. So
I appreciate it, Taylor. You know, I if Will's ever gone again, I would love to I'll take his spot. Don't worry about it.
Next time you're in town, dude, right here. I'm sitting in Will's seat right now, but you can sit right here.
On your lap? Is that what you just pointed to?
You could do either one. Honestly, we'll do whatever. We'll do anything twice on this bus.
6 feet.
6 feet. Well, hopefully everyone's saying, you know, the year's almost over and that's going to vanish January 1. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Tell Brucey I said what's up.
I will. He's actually about to go snorkeling with whale sharks in Cuba. Sorry, Cuba. Cabo. Way different.
Both are interesting places. Love Cabo. Big fan of Cabo.
Big fan of Cabo.
Hopefully he lives. That's a big deal. And we always a pleasure having you on the bus.
All right. See you, Taylor.
See you, buddy.
Appreciate it, man. See you guys. Look at that guy. Look at that guy.
What did you say?
Oh, no, I just said, look at that guy. Look how adorable.
You're different, dude. I love it. I fucking love you.
See you, man.
See you, dude.